Hello travelers and welcome back to Orlando Experience. With the opening day of Epic Universe approaching fast, I thought we'd get on here and talk about two key experiences with the park. And this video is going to be all about food, so we're going to be talking about dining, we're going to be talking about food locations, everything you might need to know about the food at Epic Universe. But right before we start, I thought I would quickly go over how food works at Epic Universe, because it's a little different from other theme parks. Epic Universe does have walk-up counters, so think your traditional walk-up order, wait by the window for your food, but the majority of its dining is going to be indoors and it's going to be table service. So don't think like table service is in like kind of fine dining. There is those options, but the main table service here is you're going to order off your phone, you're going to scan a QR code on your table or just enter your table number, and then they'll just bring the food to you. So it's a lot less hassle. I've heard some mixed opinions about this, but I personally really like it. I think it makes the overall experience way better, and it also really helps with fatigue throughout the day, because then you're not standing up by a pickup window waiting 20 minutes for your food to be called. You just get to go sit down and you can just relax, and then your food will get there after you're just hanging out at your table. So we're going to be starting off in Celestial Park right at the front. We're going to be heading off to the left and then make our way all the way around the park. As we head off to the left side towards Super Nintendo World, we come across Alantic. This is one of two fine dining restaurants in the park. The other one we'll talk about in just a little bit later in the video. Fine dining in this sense is kind of reservation. It's going to be a little bit more expensive, but you're getting a little bit of a nicer meal if you're looking for that in the park. Meals here can range anywhere from about $25 at its cheapest to about $48 for entrees. There's obviously starters and desserts. I've heard some very good things about this restaurant. Obviously, this is going to be very seafood forward. So if you're not a big seafood fan like me, this is not going to be a restaurant that you will enjoy very much. So if you're not a seafood lover, I'd avoid this, but this is a very nice looking restaurant. I've heard very good things about the food. So if you are looking for a nicer dining experience, this is going to be a great option. As we continue along our path here to Super Nintendo World, I thought I'd just quickly mention that there is some outdoor booths that we're not going to cover. We're going to cover the big ones, obviously like the ones with special food, but there are some just like this that are just like popcorn. You can buy popcorn buckets here, get them refilled. So if you're looking for that, they are kind of scattered throughout the park. There is one right here next to Super Nintendo World too. As we round the corner, we do come across our first portal that is Super Nintendo World. This is going to be home to one table service, as we talked about earlier, that sit down, bring it to your table, and then 3 walk-up counters. So we're going to be heading over to our table service first, and that's going to be ToadStool Cafe. As you enter ToadStool Cafe, the theme of this restaurant is very apparent, with Chef Toad actually welcoming you in. As soon as you walk in, you're going to walk off into a room that does have counters. So as I didn't mention earlier, you can still order from a counter at this restaurant. So if you don't want to order off your phone, or you don't know how, or you just don't want to deal with the hassle of doing it or learning it, there is still counters that you can order from. That I love that Universal did this, because it just helps everybody involved. We're going to walk into the main restaurant now, and again, the theming in here is so great. If Universal knows how to do one thing, it is theme the inside of buildings. So all around, we can already see there's screens everywhere that show both the outside into like Super Nintendo Land with Toads walking around, and then there's also some that show inside the kitchen towards the back wall that shows them actually cooking your food. One thing I wanted to highlight in here that I noticed while I was walking around is the chairs and booths. They are very, very cool all around the restaurant, all super well themed and look the part. I love that they did this with every restaurant. We'll go over it in every single restaurant. It's so great. Food here is going to be a little bit more basic, because I feel like this is a very family-friendly area. If you have a lot of kids, this is going to be something they'll like. They have a burger here, they have spaghetti and meatballs, and they also have a pesto grilled chicken sandwich. Again, all these places will have kids meals, so if that's something you're looking for, you don't have to really worry about it, because all the restaurants do have kids menus. But I would say this is the one that's going to appeal to the picky eaters among you. Highlight here for food is going to be the Bowser Meatball Challenge. It is a little bit more pricey, but it is a pound meatball with mozzarella cheese and mushroom marinara. And then it does come with a Bowser puff pastry and some hot sauce on the side. I will say this is a lot spicier than I thought it was going to be. Got it at our first preview event here, but it's very good. One thing that will happen around the restaurant intermittently will be Bowser will actually come attack with its shit and shoot like bullet bills all around. Lights in the restaurant will dim, and you'll see all the toads like running around. It's just really funny. It's something interactive to do inside the restaurant and watch while you're waiting for your food. Overall, I think ToadStool is a big hit, and a lot of people really like this restaurant, so I imagine you would like it too. The first walk-up counter we come to isn't too exciting, but right here at the end of Mario Kart is Turbo Boost Treats. This main reason of it being here is it has the 2 popcorn buckets. So this has both the Mario Kart one and the Superstar one. So if you're looking for either of those, right up here at Turbo Boost Treats, right at the exit gift shop for Mario Kart. And then another walk-up counter is going to be down the stairs next to Yoshi's, and it's going to be Yoshi's Snack Island. This only recently opened, and their main offerings here are they have mushroom sippers, so if you're looking for a cool sipper, this is a very cool one. They also have these like calzone type things. It does have the sauce inside, but I have heard they're pretty good. I didn't get to try one yet. Again, this is only recently opened and it is not quite finished with signage and stuff, but it is open right now if you're interested in heading that way. Last but not least, we're heading back into Donkey Kong Country, into the Bubbly Barrel. This is going to be backed by Minecart Madness, and this is going to have one offering. It's going to be the DK Crush float. This is a float with a lot of different stuff in it. It's going to have banana, pineapple, some like waffle cones, and they have 2 options. You can get just the normal float that's just in a plastic cup, or you can get the mug variant that is $19. It does just come with the plastic cup inside, but again, you're getting a souvenir cup for $6. I don't think that's a bad deal. I don't think there's any way to get this refilled. Like, it's not like the butterbeer mugs where you can come back and get this refilled cheaper. It's just a cool souvenir. I would suggest just paying that extra $6 to get it. I've heard this is very good. It's been very popular. I don't really like banana stuff, but if you've had it, let me know what you think about it. Now that we're done with Super Nintendo World, we're heading straight across the way, kind of the backside of Constellation Carousel, into Comet Dogs. This is kind of like a hot dog place. This has a very unique hot dog that's like a carrot with an ube bun. I've not heard great things about it, but I always say give something a try. You might like something that somebody else doesn't like. Not much else to say about this booth. It's just a little hot dog booth outside in the Super Nintendo World. And if you turn right back around from there, we come across probably my favorite restaurant here at Epic Universe at this time. This is Pizza Moon. Pizza Moon is just a pizza establishment, but man, the inside of this restaurant is so great. It's such a unique feel, and it's got this feel that I feel like just theme parks just don't usually do. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a play. It just looks so great. The inside, though, isn't the only reason I go here. The pizza here is great. It is finally starting to make its rounds that this pizza is really good. This isn't good theme park pizza. This is good pizza. So if you're looking for a good meal and a really good price meal, this is going to be a good option. They oven fry the pizza like right as you order it, so it's always fresh. They're not leaving it under a heat lamp. They bring it to your table. Again, this is table delivery. And just, again, the theming in here is so great. There's a lot of different options in here. There's like one with like ube crust, and there's some more unique options, and there's also a couple pasta dishes if you're not super in the mood for pizza. But again, I want to highlight that the pizzas are only like $18, $19, and they're decent size, like personal size pizzas. What my group usually does is, like, if there's like 3 of us, we'll get like 2 pizzas. We'll easily be filled off of 2 pizzas. It's a very well priced establishment, and also, again, it's just, it looks great. The pizza's great. It all tastes fantastic. Everything I've had here is great. So if you're looking for something that's a little bit more budget friendly, can feed a big family or something, or if you're just really in the mood for some really good pizza, Pizza Moon is a highly recommended spot by me. Now we're going to be heading past the Constellation Carousel and towards Dark Universe, but first we have a few stops. First is a few food booths outside. One is just a Starbucks. We're not going to leave much time on this. There's 2 Starbucks in the park. This is one of them. We'll talk about the other one towards the end of the video, so if you're curious to where that other one is, just stay tuned. But again, this is just a Starbucks location, so if you're looking for that, right here. On the other side of the Starbucks is going to be Frosty Moon. Frosty Moon is going to be an ice cream place that just serves like soft serve ice cream with toppings, and the toppings are very interesting here. Like, you can get like cheesecake bites and stuff on it. Later this day, I actually had it for the first time. I really like this place. This is probably one of my new favorite treat options here at Epic Universe. There's a lot of different ice cream options, a lot of different topping options, and it's not too badly priced. Pass holder discount, I think I had it for about $7.50 for a cup, and it was a pretty decent sized cup. So if you're looking for ice cream on a hot day, Frosty Moon's your stop. And if we turn off to the right side of Frosty Moon, just its neighbor restaurant is CelesTiki. This is going to be a tiki bar that's just kind of out here, kind of close to the lake. So if they do start doing nighttime shows, this will probably be a hot spot before the nighttime show. Not too much to highlight here. It's got some fun theming for a little outdoor location, but it is just a bar. It does have some special cocktails. So if you're looking for just a nice little bar that's usually not as busy, CelesTiki is going to be a good spot for you. And right before we enter Dark Universe, behind all those food booths, behind the Starbucks, is the Oak and Star Tavern. This is going to be another table service situation. I will say this is a little bit of a nicer table service. The food's going to be a little bit more expensive. Honestly, this restaurant feels like it was supposed to be a finer dining, and then they swapped it over to table service. Not a bad thing at all, but it's just how the interior feels is very high class. And I really enjoy the interior of this restaurant. This is another one that is up there for my favorite interiors in the park. It just has this nice, like, woodsy cabin feel where it's, like, very animal heavy and there's a lot of wood everywhere. Again, just a really nice inside overall. It's going to be mainly a barbecue restaurant. It has its main dining options is just getting different meats and then a side. I will say one thing I don't love about this restaurant is the portion sizes don't seem too big, especially for the sides. The sides are very, very small. So if you're wanting extra sides, I would definitely get those. It does come with mango bread to each like of those side meals. I think almost every meal here comes with the mango bread. Mango bread's very good. And then at the table, there is 4 different sauces that you can choose from. One's like a spicy, 2 are kind of more sweet, and then there's just like a normal sweet barbecue. I would suggest tasting them all. My favorite is the spicy and just the normal sweet. The Huli sauce is like kind of their specialty sauce. I thought it was okay, but it is very sweet to keep in mind. As we walk through the tavern, there's a bar that's inside and outside. So if you're looking for another bar that looks really cool and has some unique drinks, it's just going to be in here in the Oak and Star Tavern. Again, would highly suggest this place if you're looking for a nice spot to sit down, relax. This is the part where I'm going to talk a little bit about something random, but I thought was really cool. All the freestyle machines in this park are customized. So we're going to look at the one in Oak and Star right now, and you can see it kind of has this like woodsy look with the star on it. Then the background to the machine is actually like Celestial Park themed with stars and stuff. We're going to see that as we go around the lands. I'll be showing it off here and there, so just keep a lookout for those. Finally, the next portal we come to is going to be Dark Universe. As we enter through the portal, we're going to be entering Darkmoor, that is the village inside Dark Universe. Then on the right side, we're going to have a little bit more of an inconspicuous door going into Das Stakehaus. Das Stakehaus is going to be a steakhouse run by vampires familiars, so like they're kind of servants that are mostly still human, but also have got a little bit of a vampire traits. I will say one thing. All the workers in this area do such a great job. The high energy and the characters they deliver is exceptional. I've had great interactions with them. I just wanted to give them a huge shout out. As we enter, there is so many cool elements that I can't point them all off. I would always suggest walking through these just to see them. But there's like these lamps that have helmets from fallen soldiers, fallen human soldiers. There's these big chandeliers with skulls and candles in them. And then as you walk around the restaurant, you're going to see murals depicting different stuff in vampire lore, including also a few vampires strung up on walls that are like historically preserved that were big deals. And then there's also like crypts all around. The food in here is again going to be a little bit more unique and themed to vampires, so they're going to have different steaks. There's obviously a steak, there is a fish steak, there's a chicken steak, and there's also like chicken wings. There's a lot of different options in here, and there is a couple of vegetarian options. One of them looks absolutely disgusting, so in a good way, like it's supposed to look disgusting if you get what I mean. I think all the food in this place is so awesome. This is actually home to my favorite treat, that is the lobotomy. It's like a yogurt with this like raspberry sauce. It is fantastic. The theming in here, again, like I mentioned earlier, is just fantastic. The chairs are all super well themed. I like how they're mix-matched on purpose, like they're come from different eras. All the different murals, painted murals on the walls just look so unique, and they're so interesting to look at. And then every once in a while in here, you will see kind of red lights flash. There's not really any reason behind this. It's just to make it feel a little bit more unique. And then, as I mentioned earlier with the freestyle machines, the ones here in Dark Universe do have that like lightning background, and the ones in here obviously are like wood paneled. And then this actually does have a special flavor called Screaming Berry, and that's going to be exclusive to Dark Universe. There is one out in Celestial Park too that we'll talk about here in just a little bit, but it is a very good drink. This is like kind of a strawberry tasting one, almost strawberry cola like. I really like it. I love that they themed this all, and this is one of the exclusive drinks inside the park. As we continue past Frankenstein's Manor, we'll come across an outdoor vending booth called De Lacey's Cottage. There's not much here. I believe they have a few beers, and then the main two options are there's a Frankenstein pretzel, and then there's also these like cinnamon kind of like donut hole looking things. I've heard pretty decent things about both of these if you're in the mood for kind of a cinnamon donut hole or just a normal pretzel that's in a funny shape. It does come with like white cheese. This is a good stop for you. And obviously, as we turn to the left of the cottage, we do see the Burning Blade Tavern. The Burning Blade Tavern is going to be the home of the monster hunters, so there's going to be like a monster hunter in there every once in a while that will interact with you. This is obviously a very drink-heavy establishment. Doesn't mean there's not food in here. There is a few food options, including the garlic steak that is like a pretzel, but it's in the shape of like a wooden steak. And it comes with like this garlic butter dipping sauce. I've yet to try this, but I've heard fantastic things. So if you're trying to get a pretzel, I would recommend this one over the other one, just from what I've heard. The inside of this place is beautiful. There's heads from different monsters on the walls. There's the weapons used to kill monsters. There's like trophies everywhere. And there is an outdoor seating area with a pickup window for mobile order if it is a little too busy inside. I will say my one criticism with this spot is I think it should have been bigger. It is very small inside. Even on some of these preview days, it can completely fill up in there, and you do have to wait outside if you want a spot inside. So, would have preferred it being a little bit bigger, but what's done is done. So we are done with Dark Universe now, so we're going to be heading outside the portal. Right off to the left side of the portal, once you're coming out, it's going to be the Blue Dragon Pan-Asian Restaurant. This is the only location that has yet to open here at Epic Universe. Does look like it's getting very close to it, and it will be open by opening day, it seems, but it has not opened. This is going to be similar to Alantic, where it's going to be a finer dining establishment. I imagine the range for entrees are going to be about that mid-20s to about $50 range for an entree. You're going to be paying a little bit more. It's going to be a reservation restaurant. This is fine dining. The inside for this place through concept art looks beautiful. Even the outside, you can see some really nice architecture, and the entrance for it's super cool. And the outside patio area has umbrellas all above it that, again, looks all really great. Wish I had more stuff to say about this, but again, we don't know much about it at this time, so we'll have to come back at a later date. We're going to be taking a stroll all the way around the lagoon and just heading straight back to Potter. So Potter is home to a couple sit-downs, a bar, and then obviously the butterbeer cart. The first cafe we come to that is going to be another, again, table service, quick service kind of feel to it, is Café L'Air de Sirène. I hope I said that right. We'll find out later. This is going to be a pretty pastry-heavy spot with a lot of French dishes in this restaurant here, because obviously we're in the French outdoor area. There is another restaurant that's not super French, but we'll talk about that here in a moment. The big highlight here for a lot of people is the butterbeer crepe. I've heard mixed things, again, about this. Some people have said they really like it. Some people say it's too sweet. Again, haven't got to try it at this point yet, so we'll definitely have to try it at some point. But if you're looking for more French-inspired food, Café L'Air de Sirène is going to be a fantastic choice. Again, just right here out the front of Potter. And again, the inside of this restaurant, Universal knows how to do these. This place is beautiful. There's so much artistry. There's so many tiny details, like the spots above the pillars. There's the animal depictions all along the wall, all the fantastic beasts. Again, this place is just so pretty, and they just know how to make these interiors so well. As you exit the back of Le Desserine, you do have the butterbeer cart. I'm not going to try to pronounce it. I'll put it up on the screen what it's called in this land. It's clearly the butterbeer cart. You'll see it. It's not anything crazy. They don't have any special flavors here. This is just butterbeer. But again, great to see it in this land. A lot of people really like it. The next star shop we're going to be going to does have butterbeer inside of it as a drink option. That's going to be Le Gobelet Noir. This is going to be hidden back past the bathrooms and kind of on the right side of the show. It's kind of a hidden restaurant. Again, this is kind of like Das Steakhouse where they're purposely hiding its entrance. I mean, the door is open. There is a worker outside. It's not like, oh, I can't find it. But if you're not necessarily looking for it, you're not always going to notice it. There's a few different options in here for food wise. There is a warm shaved beef sandwich. There's a bratwurst sandwich. What I personally had when we ate there was the Jaeger Schnitzel. I really like this. It's a crispy pork cutlet, brown mushroom gravy, and then the tavern fries. There's a lot of other good things here. The other standout for us was the Black Forest cake they had here. It was super, super good. But again, this is going to be kind of more German-inspired food. So if you're, again, kind of in the mood for that, again, check out the menus. I always suggest just seeing what you want in the park. Obviously, this isn't necessarily a food review. This is more of a what's in these locations. But again, this restaurant's interior is super pretty. This feels a lot like Hogsmeade, on my opinion, and the Hoghead. It's got that kind of vibe to it. It is all indoors, but it does have some like fake windows all around it. And then each kind of room in here does look a little bit different. Makes the place feel a lot bigger when it's kind of separated into these rooms. And again, the tables, the chairs in here are all kind of unique to certain rooms. And it's, again, just a really, really pretty restaurant and a super unique atmosphere to eat. Lastly, in the very back right of the land, again, almost kind of hidden, is Bar Moonshine. It's just a little walk-up area that you walk into the building and you order whatever drinks you're getting. They have a lot of options in here. There's also, I've heard, a lot of good drinks in here. If you're looking for a good mixed cocktail or anything, I would refer to somebody else for that one. But I have heard very good things about everything coming out of here. So if you're looking for a spot to get a quick drink, head to the back towards Bar Moonshine in the back of Potter. So that's it for Potter. So we're going to be heading outside the portal. And as soon as you head out, the building in front of you is going to be Meteor Astro Pub. Obviously, this has a very heavy theme with Stardust Racers, that it's its neighbor right there. As you walk in, you'll see that kind of Comet theme to it. It is a pub, so it's got a bar area, and that giant keg is being held up by a man that is holding it up. One thing I will say that I want to see Universal do in the future, we have eaten here, I've had a couple good things, but I do wish they would add more customization to these. I would like to see this with opening or sometime after opening. There's just a few food items that I don't like something on there, or I would really prefer not to have on there, that I wish you could just take off, like taking pickles off the burger kind of thing. Like, I just don't like pickles, so I should be able to take it off. I would just like to see those customizations come to the app at some point. Otherwise, what I did have here was the chicken and waffles. It was decent. It had a very unique flavor to it. So if you're trying something kind of new, it is something to try. We also did have like the almond cake here. That's one of their specialty desserts, and I thought it was pretty good. And then they do have like this outdoor seating area in there that's not outdoors, but it has like a ton of windows, almost like a greenhouse kind of feel. Just, again, really unique. This isn't one of the biggest restaurants. It's actually one of the smaller sit downs here. So just keep that in mind, that it could be pretty full in there if you go. Right next to Meteor Astro Pub is Bar Zenith. I don't have a whole lot of opinions on bars because I don't drink heavy. So if you're looking for someone with bar opinions, I would go somewhere else. But it does look like a pretty nice bar. I will say this is definitely the most generic out of it. But if you're at Meteor Astro Pub and you're looking for more of a mixed cocktail, you could maybe go out to Bar Zenith too and get that out there. Right before we enter How to Train Your Dragon, we're going to stop right outside to an outdoor vending booth called Sui Bao. This has obviously a bao bun, so it's got the celestial steam bun that's a vegetarian blend bun with bok choy mushrooms and some vegetarian oyster sauce. Then it also does have a skewer that's a grilled hot dog with a rice cake wrapped around it, cheese crust, an aioli, oh my bad, and Japanese barbecue sauce and scallions. This is gonna again have just like canned beer and stuff, but that's basically it. These kind of outdoor locations, I could see them adding more to in the future though. And finally, we've come to How to Train Your Dragon Isle of Berk. So this is gonna have 2 outdoor options and 1 main table service dining option like we've seen before. So once we enter the portal, we're going to be heading up the left side bridge. We're going to be heading to Hooligan's Grog and Gruel. Obviously, most people know what this is. This is where you get the mac and cheese cone. But I have an update with that. Lines have died down because they have added it over at Spitfire that we'll talk about soon. So this isn't the only option for mac and cheese cones, but this is its home. So the mac and cheese cones come in a peanut butter and jelly like barbecue one. One that's like a Nashville hot chicken one, and then like a plain one. I did have the plain one the other day. I liked it a lot. I really liked how soft the bread was. I was expecting it to be a little tougher. I'm very glad it wasn't. So I would highly suggest this. The hype is real. Obviously, there's a reason the line has been ridiculous. But if you're looking for that, it's over here at Hooligan's Grog and Grill. And undoubtedly the easiest restaurant to find in the whole park is Mead Hall. So head to the base of the spire and you'll be entering Mead Hall. This is obviously going to be our main dining location for How to Train Your Dragon Isle of Berk. Now I've had a few things in here and I've liked everything I've had so far. They have a few different options for food in here. They have a salad, they have berserker meatballs that are Swedish meatballs, onion gravy, and some lingonberry jam. That comes with some smashed root vegetables. There's a grilled salmon, there's some turkey wings, there's some sausages. There's a lot of stuff. One of the main things in here though is the Thawfest platter that is going to be a bunch of the different food, including like the grilled sandwich, sausage links, some of the fries, some wild berry barbecue glazed chicken drums. There's going to be a lot of the food in a giant platter that's like, I would recommend you probably share it with 3 or 4 people after seeing it. It is a pretty decent size option. There's also a couple treat options up here that have been very popular. Stormfly's catch of the day that has a cereal crumble on the bottom and then a chocolate mousse fish. And then there's also the Yak Nog that is a malted chocolate and cinnamon drink. Both have been very good. I've tried both actually, and I thought both were very good. If you want kind of like a cold hot chocolate, get the Yak Nog. If you're looking for a very nice mousse, get the Stormfly's catch. The inside of Mead Hall is honestly smaller than a lot of people think it will be. I still don't think it's small. There's plenty of seating in there, but it definitely isn't as grand, I think, as a lot of people think when they go in for the first time. Off to the right side is going to be your ordering counter if you're not doing the mobile order. So if you're looking for that ordering counter, off to the right side. Again, plenty of seating in here. It's going to be, tables are a little closer together because it's supposed to have that like hall type feel with Vikings all eating with each other. Again, there's mead in here, obviously with the name. I've heard decent things about the mead. I've heard it's mead, so if you like mead, you're probably gonna like it. Something kind of unique that you can only get in this spot. Again, the tapestries and the theming all around this restaurant are fantastic. And finally, as we pass Mead Hall, keep heading down that way, you are going to find Spitfire Grill. So the main options for food here are going to be bowls. They have like a shrimp bowl, a steak bowl, and I think a chicken bowl. I know they have a vegetable one too. Very good things about this. My dad that does all the short content for this channel, go check all that stuff out if you're interested in TikTok and stuff. This is his favorite dining spot. He loves the shrimp bowl there. I personally, this isn't something I super like. I don't like all my food kind of mushed together with sauce all over it. That's just not something that entices me. But from everyone that's eaten it have said this is an amazing spot. And obviously, as I mentioned earlier, the mac and cheese cones have moved over here. So you can also order the mac and cheese cones prematurely now at Spitfire Grill. There's not much to say about theming on this outside. I mean, it's a walk-up counter. It has a cool ice dragon off to the side, and then it's got a decent seating area overlooking the water ride that I actually do love. When we visited Silver Dollar City just a little bit ago, the barbecue restaurant overlooked their river rapids, and I really like that feel. This is a very similar feel, and I love that they have captured that same feel. Well, we're going to be exiting Berk, and we're heading to our last restaurant. That's an exciting one. The Starbucks at the front of the entrance. So if you head off to the right side of the entrance as soon as you enter, there is going to be a Starbucks. It's a pretty unique looking Starbucks. I really like the interior and that it matches Celestial Park and with all the tapestry. There's going to be a exclusive like mug that is an Epic Universe mug. Looks really, really cool. And again, it's Starbucks. So if you're looking for a Starbucks in the morning and it's before the rest of the park opens, this is going to be your only option. But like I mentioned earlier, head back to that other Starbucks if you can help it, because this one at the front every single day I've been here so far has been packed to the brim. So if you're trying to avoid any long lines with Starbucks, try to avoid this one at all costs. And that brings us to the end of the video. I would like to know what you guys think about a lot of the table service options. I would like to hear what you think about certain restaurants, if you like certain restaurants a lot, if you don't like certain ones a lot. And also, what's your favorite food items? I would love to hear food items, street items, anything you've had, or if you're looking forward to something, I would also like to hear everything you have. If you have any questions about any food options or dining situations, you can also drop them below. I'll do my best to answer anything I have the knowledge of. But I want to thank you so much for watching this. I hope you get to go to Epic Universe sometime soon, or if you've already been, I hope you enjoyed it very much. And I hope this video brought a little more joy into your day. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.